y'all. Welcome to another episode of Brennen's Room. Listen, this one is special. So I've done a lot, right? I've done a few of them. If you watch the first episode, I told you about how we did several of these. We pitched these. They wanted to change it. We talked about all of that, right? So this is kind of like my what is this, Marcus? Like my 15th, maybe. But this is the real show. But this one is so big for me. I have a special guest. And I gotta tell y'all how I met this guest. Literally, y'all know I don't watch TV. So a video went viral. And we're gonna talk about it in the show. But I want y'all to welcome my special guest, Miss Sierra Gates. So Sierra.
Yes.
So a video went viral.
Yes. Sierra Glamshop. Sierra Glamshop. I want to reintroduce myself to the world.
Okay.
I am no longer Sierra Gates.
Okay.
I am Sierra Glamshop.
Okay.
That is who I am. Until y'all start branding me as Sierra Whitehead. Yeah, I just need my husband to have that respect. Sierra Gates is was me in my old season.
Why do we do that?
What?
Why don't we want to give you that respect?
I just feel like, no, they don't do it out of disrespect. I feel like people just don't know. So I just want to make that a statement, like a formal statement. This is honestly my first podcast I've ever done. You know how many people done reached out to me to do podcasts and I just like, no, I don't want to do it. But so this is my opportunity to tell the world, because that's who's going to see it. Because like I said, when I pulled up, I seen you
Sierra, no.
I was like, ooh.
Okay, go ahead and clear us. Don't clear me out yet. Come on, I got to stay stance in this. Yeah, you can't shift me. Not right now.
But we too powerful together, so that's gonna happen anyway. But
okay, yeah. I want you to keep giving that to Eric.
So
I need him
to
hear that, and I need others to hear that.
Yeah, so this is my first podcast that I just agreed to do. And I'm not a bitch. I'm just very, I just pick and choose who I want to be next to. And the reason I do that and I can do that is because I'm in a lane that's, for one, that was God-given and it's my own. So it's like, I'd be like, I don't feel it. I don't feel their spirit. If I don't feel it, I don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you is. I don't care recognition. Everybody know that's about me. And that's the arrogance, that I have about myself in the most humblest way, is that I know who God is and I know who he is in my life. So I get to pick and choose what I want to do. A lot of people do a lot of stuff for clout, for money and things like that. I just don't have to do that. And I'm so grateful for that. So I'm honored to be here because I genuinely feel your spirit. Since I met you, we connected. And God said yes. He was like, yeah, do it. So this is my first podcast and I'm excited about it.
I want to show you. I'm going to take a break real quick. We're going to go over to this post that I made. I made a post, and we have to be careful for the things that come out of our mouths. We have to know anything that we speak, we can have. We just have to speak it. So I'm going to show you this post that I made. I tried to reach out to Sierra once and it was canceled. No, we can't do it. Again, she can pick and choose, and she's one of the A-listers. So it's just certain people it's hard to get in contact with.
I mean, not yet, because I know people going to be like, she ain't not. But in my eyes and in God's eyes, I am.
This is my show. Let me say what I want to say. Okay. So she's she's an A-lister. Because people don't. Let me give a little education too on what an A-lister is. It's somebody that's continuously working.
Oh yeah, I am.
Okay, so yeah, let's clear that real quick. And you have seasons where but again, let me go back into what I'm talking about, because me and her gonna go a whole nother different way. But posted this prior to a video came viral. And I didn't know who she was. Erica and Tay and them had to tell me, because I don't watch TV. This is the video, y'all. This video, and I'm gonna get her to talk about the video, but I'm gonna let y'all watch the video real quick. This is the video that went viral and made me know who she was.
One thing about it, I'm a motherfucking money monster. I swear to God, I'm a fucking money monster. That's why I be turning up on bitches. Don't play with me, because one thing about me, I'm gonna get some. If I don't do shit else, I'm gonna get some money. And that's period. I don't want to hang with no bitches. I don't want to go to no Instagram parties. I don't want to be around none of this bullshit. Only thing I want to do is get money. What happened to the part about the money?
So, what happened? I know we talked about this, but what happened that day? Nobody knows what happened. That video.
It's so crazy because I'm sorry to cut you off. We be like this.
Yeah,
all the
we be
time.
like this. Go ahead, go.
But so that particular day when I made that video, I was literally getting ready to do a photo shoot. As everybody know, like I'm to myself, I stay to myself. I like to just make my money. I encourage everybody across the board to make a whole lot of money. And that be my vibe. So I was working from home like always, getting my hair and makeup done. I was still in my pajamas. And my videographer, my homegirl Key, was there. And everybody was just there waiting on me to get ready for my regular shoot day. And I was on my phone talking to my followers because, I get on my lives and I vibe with my followers. But my phone kept going off. And it was early, like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And I had did like something with Money Monsters. And my phone just kept going off, sale after sale after sale, and I was on live talking. I'm like looking at my phone. I'm like, wait, I just woke up 20,000. A lot of my stuff is digital, so I don't got to ship out no product. So my money comes straight to me. So I'm like, hold on, wait, my phone keep ringing.
I'm gonna let you talk.
My phone keep ringing. I'm at 20,000. I'm at 30. I'm like at 50,000. My team like, get off of live. I'm like, no. I'm like, I was hyped because I was already on live, like hyping the people up, like, let's get to this money. It's about to be a new month. What we doing? What we talking about? Just being a money monster and just encouraging my community, I don't say my fans. I don't believe in that. I feel like we all the same. So my community, my people that stick with me. Fan stuff that's lame. Especially when
I'm gonna let you talk because it's been so much I want to say. First, let's go back to the digital. You don't send nothing out. What is that?
So I have Money Monsters, I do ebooks, I do workbooks, I do vendors lists, and I just like was talking about a new month that particular day because it was a new month, remember? And so I was just telling them like, let's get it, let's go, let's be hyped, let's be encouraged for this month. And usually like I have a whole nother company that people don't know about that's actually, because I have 2 factories in China. And I have a product that I sell, but I don't tell people what it is because I feel like if I tell people what it is, they not gonna support it no more. So
why you feel that way?
Because that's true. That's the truth. It do good. Let that stand by itself. Just let it do numbers.
Give it its own name.
Yeah. So I promote it every now and then, and people just buy it. So
that's smart.
So I was telling everybody like, look, we doing this. This month gonna be lit for us or whatever. So everybody was just joining Money Monsters that month. They was like, let's go. And it's crazy because I really don't make a whole lot of money off of my Money Monster community with my ebooks and my workbooks and stuff like that. I really don't make a whole lot of money off of it. So when my phone kept ringing, I was seeing people signing up. I'm like, hold on. And so we did like 50,000 in like 5-7 minutes. And so when I finally got off of live, because everybody was like, get off live, Sierra, we got to work. And so my brand manager was looking at the phone. She was like, hold on, wait. And so it was ringing. And then when I got off, I was just lit. I was like, one thing, I looked at my phone. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I'm a motherfucking money monster. Like, I don't want to go to no Instagram parties. That's why I be turning up on niggas. And I was just like lit. And I was just excited because I was like, honestly, it's so crazy because it's like, I'm a Gemini and I really got 2 sides of me. And I know as a God-fearing woman,
you got 2.
You really shouldn't believe.
You got more than 2.
I got so many, and you really shouldn't believe in those things. But I be feeling like I'm just different. So when I got off of the thing from just seeing all of how I was making, the sales went crazy. I just was like, wow, God. In a sense of me, it feel like I battle with myself. In a sense of me being a money monster, but I'm also like this spiritual girl that God just be telling so much stuff to. And I know he using me for a greater cause. So it's like I be turned up, but I'm like, God is so good. I really be in my bag because I'm really from the hood and I came from nothing. So it's like I be turned up and excited, but then that humility just drop on me. And I'm like, but God is still just so good. So I was stuck in those emotions in that video. I was like, that's why I don't be. And so when I was saying, and I'm going to sum it up real quick because I know I go. But when I was saying, that's why, I don't go to Instagram parties. I don't do all of that stuff. I really was talking in my pride of the God on the God side. Like I was crunk, but I was like, in my head, like, God is so good. Like, I don't have to do
don't
that.
need that.
I don't have to do that. And and I'm grateful for that. Because some people got to fake kick it. They got to put their phones in other people's faces and be trying to act like they cool with somebody knowing that their spirit ain't right or they don't mess with them just for some money or Instagram clout. You ain't never seen me to ask nobody to repost no flyer. I don't do that. Like, really, God is my lifeline.
Everything you got, God gave it to you.
Every single thing. Every single thing.
So the energy behind that thing going viral like it did, you knew it was God.
It was like a praise. I swear. That's what I'm saying, Brennen. Like, I was so hyped, but I was like thinking,
you
God.
said it was a praise.
It was a praise. So that's why I be like, God, help me understand me, because I'm so hyped, and I know I'm like this. How did I feel? Like, that comes from my past and what I went through. But like, when you see me hyped, and I be like, yes, I did it. Like, it be like, thank you, God. Like, that's what be in my head. Like, even with my truck, when I got my Rolls Royce truck, and I knew I was getting it because I was getting it built from a year ago. But when I actually got it, I was listening to like Lil Baby clapping, and I was excited listening to the music. But I was just like, thank you, God. Like, thank you, God. Like, God, you the greatest. Like, thank you. Like, it's weird with me because it's like somewhere stuck in between hood and praise, like trap music and praise music. It's weird. It's really
you
weird.
Stuck between.
Yeah, for real. Like, in between
trap music and praise.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You tell me. You could see.
So, because there's so many people that's just like you that cannot articulate the way that you can. And your emotion, you feel good. The reason why, I told them, I was telling them, it was like, because when I posted you, I kept asking him. I told Montoya, she was like, you like her? And I was like, it's something about this girl. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to know her. She was like, boy, she on TV. And I'm like, really? I thought you was just which is funny. You just said, like, I'm just a regular person. I don't believe in the fan thing. That ain't for me. But you feel like a regular person, but an elevated regular person. And so it's just like, I was just like, I literally followed you off of that video, not knowing that you were on Love and Hip Hop. I followed you from that video, and then that's when they told me about that. And I don't watch TV, so it still didn't mean anything to me. But that video, I felt something. And I'm very spiritual, so yeah. So that whole the fact that you just identified it being praise, and for God to elevate that video like He did, and you even made money off of that.
I was like, what's going on? And then after it happened, I kind of was looking, and I was like, wow. And God was like, pay attention to even just everybody in this moment with you, because they're going to be witnesses on your necks. Like, you needed this to happen.
Sierra, why are you this person? And you've been, and we talk about this privately, but you've been around a lot of, I would say, imps, right? And in my definition of imps, they are elevation. They are people to elevate who God has called. It's kind of like separating the wheat from the tare. How do you become this person?
When you say imps, help me understand, because I'm like thinking church thing, like people that's taken from you. And so you feel like I've been around those type people?
Absolutely. I don't feel, I know.
I just say, you always tell me, like, well, since we've been knowing each other, right, in this short time, and it feel like a long time, but in this time where you've been knowing me, you always told me, like, your loyalty is going to be the ending of you, right? I just feel like, I mean, not in a bad way, but because in some aspect, you got to be like, okay, this is not right. No matter how long you've been knowing them, no matter how long it's been around. So you're not giving me any bad advice. That's something that I just got to grow to my next level of understanding and learning, that, it's okay to not be cool with the people that you knew for 10 and 15 and 30 years. You get what I'm saying? So, and once I learn that, I'll be able to go to the next level in my life. So I feel like God sent you to help me with that part, because you asked, why is it hard for me to let go of the imps? And it's because of my loyalty. Like, the way I love, the way I feel, the way I just like look at the people around me, it's like, if you were there with me, you deserve all of this. You get what I'm saying? And it making me emotional, because
I'm getting emotional.
I'm like, wow, I'm really like a loyal ass person. You know what I'm saying? Despite it all, like, I really love my people. It's so hard because I'm thinking about, like, even just friendships and all that. If you were around me when I ain't had nothing, you deserve all of this.
I gotta share something. I'm getting emotional too, but I gotta share something. I'm gonna be really transparent. You said you wanted us to talk and not be like the other ones.
Yeah,
You want to be.
please. I'm like, please.
Okay,
can't.
so and hearing you talk about loyalty now, I've never been a person to hold on to something past its expiration date.
Wow.
Because anything that expires that you take into your body, it makes you sick.
It make you sick, yep.
Oh my God. So I grieve people that are still alive because of that.
Wow.
So seeing you on the other side of something that I've already kind of mastered is like,
You gonna help me through it. You already got the remedy. So it's like, okay, now I gotta coach you through how to get through this because you already know.
and I'm still grieving in it.
Wow.
But you are the cure to the grief that oh my God.
Wow, that's deep.
So the fact that you saying what you saying, and I think me and Eric be fussing about this too, because you do hold on to things.
Bad.
There's no longer adding value. I feel like this, not even said this to you. I was just like, bro, I just wanted you for the show. You know, I couldn't reach you. I couldn't get to you. I had to pay a lot of money to try to get to you. Like, let's be, if we're going to be real, yeah. So, but to get to you by way of Eric, it was just like.
How God just be like.
Yeah, he did that because I want this to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted it.
He wanted it, yeah. Cause I'm like, this is literally my first podcast. Eric like, you should do it with this person. They got this. I'm like, I don't feel it. Like I don't feel God ain't told me to do it. And then I got people on my team like this person reached out, and it's like I can't be moved by that. If I'm moved by what God made me feel. Like if I feel it, then I'm moved by it. And I felt this.
You felt this. Okay, I'm finna turn. If you felt this, why don't you feel when it's time to separate?
Oh, I don't know. Like I gotta get delivered in that area. Yeah, I that's something that I really battle with.
Bad. I know, like bad.
When I say battle, it'd be like a war. God be like, no, and I'd be like, yes, but they was there. It's literally like
it's that hood mentality.
It's that hood mentality. It's that trap or die. It's
Yeah.
that we been down forever. Somebody called me because I was supposed to go to Miami. And then God said, no, don't go. And I'm like, why am I not going? So I didn't remember. I didn't go. And I sat down. I told you why I didn't supposed to go because this guy called me that's smart as hell, that's worth a whole lot of money, that's going to help my business grow. I literally was just sitting in the house. Even Eric had left and went out. And I was sitting in the house and I'm like, okay, tooling my toes. I ain't drink. I was just still focused. Like, okay, God, what? My phone rung and the guy called me. He's like, I'm about to help you do this. But I'm saying that to say, he told me, he was like, I want to help you because you like a young old OG. Like the way you move like a street type of
a street nigga.
Yeah, he like the way you move and the way you operate business is so street. And he was like, I want to help you because you so smart and you don't even know who you are and you so different and you just this powerful person and but your brain, you just haven't had nobody else around you to show you, to open up that light inside, that other side of you. He was like, and he was like, I was like, oh, help me, because he's smart. He worked for like Meta and all these people, and I'm trying to take my whole company on a different route. So he was like, I'm gonna help you, but you can't even afford me. He was like, but I want to help you because it's time for you to get to that next. And I'm like, what you mean I can't afford you on my hood shit again?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got money. And he like, no, because really for real, what he's doing, this is like billion, trillion dollar status. He like, I'm about to give you the real game and you can't afford me, but just, I want to help you because God sent me to you. He was like, to shake you out of that hood mentality. And, I feel like it is in me. It's in me bad because, it was a lot of hustle and bustle growing up. A lot of, you needed that loyalty because that was all you had. When you ain't really have a whole lot of money and a whole lot of other stuff that other people had, kids had, you know what I'm saying? Growing up, having a baby at 15 years old, hell, that was hard.
Are you still breaking away from that?
I feel like I've got away from that. I feel like I'm healing from that. I'm still in. I don't feel like I'm where I was at first. I feel like I'm more towards the end of the healing of me having my baby and stuff. Because now,
what does the end look like?
Just being able to be like how me and my daughter relationship is just so close, and we talk about any and everything, and I'm just looking at her, and she just be like, "I'm glad you had me at 15." You know what I'm saying? Not like, oh, everybody else mama old, and we could laugh about that. And that's literally my best friend. And then I'm like, okay, when you 60, I'm gonna be 75. Who gonna wipe who butt? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we getting to a point where it's like coming over that. I'm getting over that bump where I'm like, okay, this is what it is.
So are you ready to change your businesses from that mentality?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I am. I really am. And I feel like this year 33 was very like important to my life, because this is when the real change started happening. This is when God would start shaking me and was like, all right, wrap it up. I got something bigger.
Why do you think everybody picks you out to be like the liked one?
The light one?
The light one. Or the light one. You can say that too. I like that.
Cause I don't think I'm light. I don't think people ever mess with me like that.
Really?
Especially in the industry. I feel like I'm liked by the community. I'm liked by the people.
Those are the ones that's important.
Yeah, I feel like I'm liked by them, but like I don't feel like I'm liked in the industry aspect.
What does that mean?
I feel like
you don't get invited to the Instagram parties?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, come on now.
But I feel like because I haven't conformed to the fake shit, that I'm just not like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really like that. I feel like, well, you know what? That could be my hood mentality.
I was gonna say
that could be my hood mentality, because I just be like, everybody just fake as fuck. Can I be very transparent? And then after this, I'm gonna be like, okay, God, please work on me with my cussing spirit. I just feel like everybody's just fake, and it's fine, but I'm just not fine with it. And I love everybody. Like, genuinely love them, but with the fake shit or not. I genuinely love them, but I don't want to kick it with them. Like, I don't want to be at the Instagram parties with you, like, being fake. I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
That's definitely like that. That's that hood thing.
Yeah, probably so.
That's because I necessarily don't think that you are not. I mean, hell, when you pass TV and people know you that don't watch it, old people that don't even really, you know what I'm saying? There's something different.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, so I think it's a shift I think it's a heavy shift with that.
Maybe so.
Okay, you talked about something earlier. So of course, I had people to tell me who you was. So you've been through multiple transitions, into couple, 3, whatever, relationship. You corrected me earlier and said, you know what? Everybody, they stick me to this Gates.
Yeah.
That's not my name.
No more. Yeah.
What is that like? What talk about that?
I mean, I feel like it's so crazy, but I honestly feel like God give me a new name in each season.
Oh,
I do. I feel like he renamed me. Like, I feel like I get a rebirthing. So I feel like...
Wait, what? You feel like God gives you a new name in each season?
Yeah, I do.
Jeez.
So I feel like when I was Sierra, right? I was like, that's when I was coming up in the industry and just like building my makeup name and building myself as a makeup artist.
Wait, hold on.
What?
I'm just stuck on this because it's the first gift we get in the world is our name. And you said that God renames you in every season that you're in.
I genuinely feel like that.
Scientifically, do you know that seasons change and they get new names every season? Science. So the fact, and you don't know nothing.
I don't know about science.
God,
I don't know about science, but I do feel like that.
But in layman's terms, what does you say? You feel like he gave you? So your first name was you just Sierra?
I was just Sierra, the girl. I was Sierra, the girl who do eyes. That's what everybody's called me. The girl who do eyebrows, the girl who do eyes. So I was built off of that. And then I became, that was around 16, 17. Oh, Sierra, the girl who do eyes. Oh, she do eyebrows. Oh my gosh, she do so good. Sierra, the girl who do eyes. That was my first name coming up as he was transitioning me. And then it was another shift around 21, 22. And then I was Sierra Glamshop. And then I got pop because even before I hit TV, I had like 300,000 followers. So I was Sierra Glamshop. And so I went from Sierra Glamshop because I had the glam shop. And then when I hit TV, I was Sierra Gates. Sierra Glamshop dealt with a couple hundred thousands because I was, just hustling. But Sierra Gates hit millions. But then Sierra Whitehead is going to be the billions. I know that. So I'm like, all right, guys. So right now, I'm in transition. I'm like Sierra Gates taken away to become Sierra Whitehead. So it's like I'm at the last little 2 months of Sierra Gates. So I'm like, wrap it up because I'm ready to get into my billions. I don't play around with millions too long. I'm tired of it. I was waking up just doing whatever I wanted to do all day. And then God just started pricking me. And he's like, I want to take you higher. I need you to talk to the world and do this. You got different assignments. So now I know this uncomfortableness that I'm feeling is for my next transition. And I'm like, that's why when I first came up here, I'm like, this is my first podcast. I'm Sierra Whitehead. I need people to know that because that's my billionaire status name.
And that's the name that's gonna give you. That's the name that's gonna give you your billion.
Yeah, I know.
Why you know that?
God told me. He told me that.
How did he paint the picture for you?
He just showed me. He showed me my transition. He showed me from like the it's crazy because I was like with Sierra Gates, he showed me like hood rich, like the Bentleys, the this, and I was just like this, like long nails, hair, da. But then when he showed me Sierra Whitehead, he showed me more prestige. He showed me like White House. He showed me suits. He showed me long hair. He showed me shorter nails. He just showed me moving different. And then he gave me a glimpse of my husband.
I'm gonna be careful with this.
Say it.
Do you think the name had a spirit on it?
The last name?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it had a spirit on it. I feel like it was purposefully. Like I feel like it was in my it was part of who I am.
But does the
name itself?
Does the lineage has a hood rich because you were reaping the name? Yeah, let's get into that. See, that's what I'm saying. Maybe we just shouldn't. Yeah, right. Whoa. Maybe we shouldn't get into that.
Honestly, you know what? I do.
Because right. Let's be honest. Because you think about a Whitehead, what do you think about when you say, Governor George Whitehead?
Exactly.
Woo! That's what we think about.
Yeah, for real.
And then when we think about
Gates.
Yeah, and I'm not,
no, I ain't not knocking nobody.
Yeah, I'm not, and I ain't trying to be ego with Eric.
Yeah.
None of that. Like, I'm on his side. No, I ain't playing sides. What I feel, right? Yeah. So it's like, sometimes the name that we wear is the life that we reap.
Yeah, that's why you got to be careful what you name your children too. For real, like I was very like, it was so crazy when I was naming my kids. Cause I was like, God was like, no, he was dealing with me in the hospital. I remember even with Paris, he was trying to, the daddy at the time, cause he not in her life, but he was trying to get me to do this. And I was like, that's even like God been dealing with me for so long. It's crazy. Cause people don't even know the spiritual side of Sierra for real. I talk about God, but they don't know how deep it is, how I can see, how I can feel. Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know these.
He was like, no, I'm Paris. That's her name. Like very, like Paris, I need her to he told me like, no, don't do that other thing. It's going to be Paris. And then when I was going back and forth with Mason, all of his sons had certain names. I'm like, no, Mason. Mason was a hard worker. He's going to be like very divine, like what my kid's name should be. So I was like, yeah.
I do these mentorship programs where I kind of like help people and help people figure it out. And a girl was in my mentorship program and her name was Tequila.
For real. She drunk a lot.
Her life was literally drunk. Her life was just drunk. She was all over the place.
Did she change her name?
She changed her name after
Chanel.
my class. And we paid. No, she didn't change it. Chanel. But we kind of like invested in her to change her name. And her life changed when her name changed. So the fact that's what I'm saying. You said some stuff in here that you don't know nothing about.
Sierra is a mountain. Like Sierra is huge. Sierra is big. Sierra is worldwide. Like he was even dealing with me about my name. He like Sierra, like it's like a mountain is so high.
So when you went to when you correcting us about that name, I just wanted you to go into detail about that because we play with that, you know, and everybody see you on this show being hot-headed or whatever you do on the show, but they don't really know. They know TV.
Yeah.
And I think this is why Eric and all of your assistants, everybody was trying to push you to do more podcasts so people can really know you. But the fact that you wanted to share that with me is probably because I really know you, a person like you, because I am a person like you. Literally, you just told me, okay, can we start with the breaks? I'm ready to talk to you. I don't want to do all of that. You don't have to do that with me because I am you. Let's talk. And it's just like, literally, I don't have to talk. You're talking to me. I don't even have to talk to you. I don't have to poke you with questions. It's literally your heart is open and your mindset is open. But your tears spoke back to me about letting people go. You know how I felt about letting people go. But it talked to me about that. How can your heart still be so big after being cheated on, lied on, and multiple times you go through this? How can you forgive after that and then love a Eric? Love a Mr. Whitehead? How can you do that?
I would say like loving a Eric or Mr. Whitehead is definitely not easy because of what I went through, my hurt and other things in relationships. But I'm just grateful to have a Eric, to have a Mr. Whitehead, somebody that's patient, loving, kind, somebody that's just like not gonna leave and be like, okay, I can't deal with this crazy bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because that, I have a lot that I gotta heal from still. But in the midst of it, he still loved me unconditionally. Yeah, it's not perfect. I'm all over the place. I wake up so many different people every single day. So to actually deal with the me, and then especially with me being spiritual, I can feel, I can see, I'm weird. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. Okay. Literally, I don't go out. I be in the house. We may go out to eat and we'll sit down and I feel different spirits. I see stuff and then we'll get up and leave. Who want to deal with something like that? Who's spiritually trying to find out who they is as a person and why they so weird. And then who all over the place got trying to heal from other relationships, insecure. Just so the list can go on and on and on. So I just take my head off to Eric just for even standing with me because hell, I would have got away from me.
From somebody who dealt with a lot of different the promiscuity and all of that stuff of who you are on top of dealing with marriages and being cheated on and stuff like that. What would you tell them? Like what are some of the what is the advice?
I would tell them the grass is greener on the other side. I know that's easier to be said because because y'all know I be getting hell on.
You do. You move on quick.
So I definitely would say the grass is greener on the other side, and you got to choose you first. And as hard as it may, seem, than just saying it, to choose yourself, but it could be done. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a whole lot, a whole lot, and I'm just like, I just always believed in God, and I knew something was always better for me.
When did you start liking yourself?
I started liking myself because I feel like out of my first marriage, I was with him for 8 years. And honestly, that marriage, if I'm just 1,000% transparent with you, I feel like that built me and gave me my character and my hustle and who I was. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like that marriage was preserving me for my husband.
Jeez.
Yeah, I feel like God had me in like a holding cell to preserve me until Eric came. Because I'm 4 years older than Eric. So Eric had to grow up. He had to go through his whole stage. He had to do what he had to do. And then we met each other in a season in our life. So I feel like my ex-husband, which is now like a friend, it's so crazy because I can't even remember us being intimate. Like, I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember the ushy-gushy stuff about us. I just remember the morals of the relationship that actually helped me to get who I am today. Because like my first husband was that one, like, be still. Don't be all out there. Like, turn up. Get your money. Stay on your focus. Hustle. Stay in your bag. Don't be extra friendly. He showed me how to like not give a fuck about all the extraness and really how to like focus on my money. He showed. I used to think it was so weird because I would cook and I always can cook, and now I got Ghetto Girl Eats or whatever, and the world knows about it. But he would
And
not.
you're doing really good with it too.
Thank you. I'm excited about that because it gives me a different avenue. People get to see my personality more than just loving hip
And
hop.
it looks so therapeutic to me too.
Oh my! When I say that's like my second love,
Yeah.
I love it. But let's go back to
Okay, let's go back to it. Okay.
And so I feel like I remember cooking, and he would not. I always was a great cook, and he would not let me give his friends his food. I mean, he would not let me give his friends my food.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to be like, nah, we ain't doing all that. Like, that's doing too much. Like, them niggas don't need to be in your food like that. No. And it's so crazy because now when I think about my life and how I am and how militant I am and how, like, I'm that girl that ain't had sex with a whole lot of guys. Like, guys can't say they had sex with me. That's something I stand proud in. And it made me feel like I ain't mixy. I don't know. Don't be giving them your food. Like, F them. Who are they? You don't even see them. You don't even know them. And it gave me that structure in my adult life. So when I'm out in public and I'm in with this industry stuff, it's just like, who are they? I'm not about to get in my food. But my food is my presence. My food is my peace. My food is my mind. My food is my knowledge. My food is who God called me to be. So now it's like, I know how to be stiff. I'm not pressed. I'm not pressed to be around nobody because it's like, he like, you too good for that. You don't need to be passing out food to these niggas. They don't need to be eating from you. Like, if you're gonna be fixing plates and stuff, open up a restaurant. You don't need it. They don't know they can't eat. And I used to be like, he's weird. Why is he like that? But now I'm seeing that God was actually having him to do small things like that because now I'm glad I'm not just so.
Because you got $1 million company out for that. Kinda,
Yeah.
if you want to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. So now I'm just like, nah, I ain't got to be hanging with them. Like, I'm good. Down.
So your marriage, your different relationships set you up for your husband, for your now
I
husband.
genuinely feel like that.
And you don't feel like you lost anything.
I always came out on top. Always. Even out of my first marriage. And I just want to say, like, you know, I'm so glad that marriage happened. Even though so much happened, I learned so much, and I'm so glad that it happened. I'm glad because I got my son. I love him. He a little prophet. Like, he's just so blessed. He's different. And then also I learned a whole lot too. And we went through a lot. I learned that I could survive through struggle, ups, downs. I learned loyalty, love, respect. Like, I learned a whole lot of stuff through that marriage. And then also, I always give my ex-husband his props. He a good dad. And he a real nigga. Like, I seen him take care of a whole lot of different rappers that's big right now that done made it in the industry and then give him his props. Like, I seen him literally feed other people and sow into other people in their careers and just help them with rent and food and Christmas and stuff like that before he even brought it back home to us. So I seen him do some stuff that also got me how I am now too, like, to help me mold me as a woman.
So you didn't lose you didn't lose anything. Everything was a good lesson.
I feel like it was a good lesson.
So when is your Barbie doll coming out?
Oh my God. You know, it's so crazy because can I just be completely honest without my husband getting mad?
Yeah.
I had 2 mother-in-laws to tell me that. Like, you're going to have a Barbie doll. Like, you're just so pretty. This Barbie doll is coming. And it's so crazy because I'm going to tell you how crazy this industry and this whole, what is it? What is it called? Because I still don't know. Well, whatever the hell it is. I feel like it's Instagram. But before TV, it's meta. So before TV, I just always thought I was the prettiest girl. Like, I always thought I was just so pretty. I'm talking about, you could ask my best friends. I used to walk around just like, oh my God. And then this was before my edges had fell out. And I used to wear my real hair and it's curly, it's pretty. And I used to just think I was so beautiful. And it's like when I hit TV, that's when I started being so insecure because so many people had so much to say about me. It was, fake nose, fake cheeks, fake this, fake that. And I'm like, no, it's not. It was only one thing I always wanted when I got some money is some bigger lips because my lips was like a little spaghetti string.
So we can clear that now. That everything you got
literally my right hand.
Uh-huh.
My right hand to God. Like, these are not fake cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a fake chin. This
Yeah,
is not
that's clear.
this
Yeah.
nose is my mama. You could tell me who this nose come from, because you could see who it came from.
Your
The
grandmama.
grandma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it, like, literally the only thing that I've ever done that I got fake on my face is my lips. Like, and I'm going, if I feel like they're going down one little bit, baby, I'm a make that appointment so quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go fill these things up.
What is that? What is the lip thing for you? Why did you always want that?
Because I just wanted to be like, I just like lips. Like, I always been obsessed with lips, and I used to be like, oh my God,
they look good though. They fill out your face.
I was like, that's the only thing I'm gonna have. If I just had my lips.
So answer us about the door. The door gotta have all of this.
So now it's crazy that you saying this, because two of my mother-in-laws, one of my ex and then my current husband, like, mama be like, I see you with this doll. I see you with this doll baby. So I would love to have that. Like, I would love to have a doll of myself. It's so crazy.
Like,
and another prophet told me that too.
Like a little porcelain doll.
Me and my baby look just alike. So maybe we could come out with a mom and daughter doll.
Yeah, and a journal too. Because remember I told you about that too.
A journal. Something with me and her.
Yeah, remember I was saying that?
It's crazy because I'm like, how can I have a daughter that look just like me? Yeah. If y'all just want to say I'm cute and y'all like the way I look, just say that.
Yeah.
And then people got to understand too, like, back then, iPhones didn't have filters. Contouring wasn't a thing. Frontals did me justice because my head big as hell.
Let me tell you something. No shade, Erie, but you smell so good and you so soft. When I saw you online, I'm like, I wonder, do she smell good? Like,
oh
is
my
she
God.
you smell so good. So y'all, it's
perfume.
True. She smells good and she is so soft. When Tate and them picked you up from the airport, they was like, oh my God, her skin, her skin, and she's so soft and she smells so good. I'm like, I don't believe y'all. I'm gonna judge if she's skin, if she's soft, and you smell so good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
you smell so good too.
Thank you.
And somebody else, Erica smelled so good too.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'd be like, oh, they smell good.
My granny used to say, people will treat you how you smell. And so if you smell expensive, people will treat you that way.
Baby, Tay was like, you just put on 3 different perfumes. I'm like, I like the mix. So that's something I want to work on too, my own perfume line.
You are you like endless with businesses. You got so many businesses inside of you.
Do you? Sometimes I'd be like, I wonder, people be like, if this girl create one
more. Right,
I
keep
swear,
creating it.
Everything I touch, I swear it do good.
It's turn to go.
To the point where I gotta like slow down and go back to figure it out, because it's like I got so much stuff and I don't be meaning to come out with a business, and I have one, and then now I don't know how to operate everything at one time.
Does that give you like
anxiety?
Yeah,
bad. Cause like Ghetto Girl Eats, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I knew I wanted to make money, but I didn't really know how. And then it was like,
I often tell you this, you like the Kanye West stuff, just like the girl side of Kanye West. Like you,
all my friends say that.
Like,
I love them. All my friends say that.
You such a good time with that.
Yeah.
How do y'all's mind though? Like, y'all have to have love, huh? I answered it. I can answer it.
Love.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know what? It's so crazy. Because people always said that, and I just always just loved Kanye West. I just thought that he was just weird and I was weird, and that was it. And I just like, even with how I dress and don't care about changing my clothes, people think I'm so glam, but really I never wear makeup. I love big ass clothes, oversized.
You did not want to have makeup on today. I'm like, I literally had to fight. I'm like, you really just want to go, and you looked at me like, boy, okay, get on my
just really like wearing the same stuff every day. Like that's just me. People be thinking I'm so glam, and it's like, I'm really not. Like the real Sierra just like being at home. I liking a lot of love. I do like a little razzle dazzle and get cute sometimes, but I just be want to make money. And you know what I get a thrill out of for real is seeing other people being successful too. So like my people, like my community, my Money Monster community, I really like when they give me testimonies, it make my day. So as long as I'm making money, my community is really making money, not just like some of these IG girls that be creating these groups and then they just go live a lavish life. Like I really want my people to be successful.
You invest.
Yeah, like I be on live and my team be like, you overworking yourself for nothing. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm on a mission. God got me on a mission to do these things. Cause I really get a high off of seeing people do good and then me just growing and doing the impossible what people said I wasn't gonna do, because you got to remember I got a 10th grade education. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so me telling and showing people how to get money, that's a thrive for me. Like, oh yeah, little old me. And then I'm showing these people how to make thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars and whatever.
Okay, Sierra, hold on. Okay, 10th grade education, you offering classes, you going on tour on classes.
Yeah, I got a team that's smart as hell and a husband that graduated with a doctorate degree.
Okay, and then you said everything that your hands touch turned to gold.
Yeah.
Somebody who is dealing with the same thing has dealt with the same thing. What would you tell them now? What would you tell that 15-year-old little girl that was you? What would you tell her?
Girl, you better keep going. Get your fucking ass up and work. No, seriously. I would tell them that, and I would tell them that don't take a no for an answer. If y'all know how many no's I got in life, and I just kept going, and I just kept going, and I kept going, like, don't take no for an answer, and to be consistent. You got to be consistent. You got to work at it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this year, like, almost broke me, because I was like, oh God, I just keep working at it and I'm tired. But he like, no, you talk this big talk. You showing all these other people how to keep working at it. You got to keep working at it. And I feel like, you know, that's what gave me my power to just keep going. Cause this year was tough. My house got broken into. Me and Eric bought over a almost $4 million house. And I'm thinking it's my dream house, little girl from the hood that, you know, 10th grade education, all the odds, right? And then we get this house and then somebody go in and they break in with, rob it gunpoint, and then we sell it
in the house.
No, we wasn't there, but I'm just saying, like, they came in there with guns. So I'm just like, I'm from the hood, you coming in my house with guns.
Yeah, you trying to do, you want to do
you
harm.
want to do harm.
Yeah.
So now I'm violated. So I'm like, okay, I gotta move. So he took me from almost 9,000 square feet to a 3,000 square feet condo, back in a condo. So but God like, do you trust me? I'm like, yeah, but I'm tired. I deserved all this stuff too. But he's like, no, I'm breaking you and I'm testing you. Like, I don't care what you go through. Do you still trust me? So it's just like, yeah, I go through a whole lot. I've been broken.
When did you meet God?
When I was like 15, when I had my daughter. I met him earlier than that because my auntie always kept me in the church and stuff. And I just was so intrigued about people like falling out. And catching on the Holy Ghost, and I used to be like, I want that.
Yeah,
I was like, how they just so you telling me the preacher can do like this, and then they doing like this, and like, what is that they feeling? Like, is it a ghost? Is it magic? And then I always seen spirits and stuff when I was young, so I just always thought like I was weird, and so I was intrigued by church because I felt like what I was seeing, the objects, they used to come to me as pigs and stuff like that when I was in the bathroom. They used to be on the mirror and they would talk and I would see all type of crazy stuff. So when I would see the people fall out in church,
you gotta read Pigs in the Parlor.
Okay. Pigs in the Parlor.
And anybody else that has or is experiencing,
it used to be pigs all the time.
Y'all gotta read Pigs in the Parlor. Like, literally go read. If you're a spiritual person, spiritual worker, you believe in spirituality, like what she talking about, go read Pigs in the Parlor. It'll devastate you, but it will wake you up if you deal with that. But go ahead.
But so yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So then I used to be like, I wonder, do these things that I be coming into me, like the pigs and stuff with the animals on the mirror when I would get in the tub, I was like, I wonder, is it because of the people that's falling out? Is that something that's in them? I started being intrigued like early at a young age. My auntie used to take me to church when I was like 6 and 7. I remember me being in a choir. And I used to be like, I wonder if they gonna come see me when I leave, because whatever is in them gonna be on the mirror. It was weird how my brain used to be thinking. So
you used to talk to your auntie about that?
I a little bit.
Okay.
And she used to be like, well, put your dress on, I'm gonna take you to church and this. But around 15, no, I'm lying. Around 15, spirits used to like literally but it was like demons. And my best friend, we were just talking about the other day, they literally used to be mean. They'll come knock stuff down and turn lights off. And it used to have me so scared to run me out my house. And I would sit outside on the sidewalk until the lights came, until it was daytime, because I used to be so scared. They were so like bold. And I'm like, why they messing with me like this? Who am what is this? Cause it was only when I was like 5, 6, and then I would always see stuff. Like always see stuff. But then they really started getting strong when I was in this particular house. And they would just like, I'm talking about bold, would come in and just move stuff. And I used to be like, oh my God.
And all of this was happening at 15. And then you had Paris at 15.
I had Paris at 15. It's like 15, about to be 16. And so, but then I feel like I was just like the transitioning thing, like too. That's when I was in the middle of my transition to becoming Sierra Glamshop. Like God was showing me, it was like I always fought with spirits and those type of crazy things. And then,
Do you fight like that in the natural?
now no, because that's why I stay in the house. For real. That's why I don't be out. Like if I'm at a restaurant and I feel or see or I'm around, I'm like I said, I can't sit in there. I will get up and leave. And Eric used to think I was like so weird.
Yeah, everybody looks at you like you don't deal with nothing. You just make money. Like
Yeah, they do.
they look at you like that.
They really do. And they think that's what I'm all about,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they take. We talk about that. So in this, in you awakening and meeting God, what was the lowest point that you feel like God took you out of? If you had to name one thing.
One thing is when I had to, like when I was hustling, like 17, 18-ish, and I had to let my daughter go. Well, I was like 17, yeah. I had to let my daughter go stay with my godmom for a couple months, trying to get on my feet. Like I was trying to get on my feet and I had to let her go stay with my godmom. And it just bothered me because my godmom at the time, like she don't have kids. She adopted me too. Like, I mean, well, not adopted me because my mom was always around. And my mom was always a good mama. And my mom was a hustler too. But we just had our differences when I had my daughter because she was like, oh, hell no, you got to get up out my house. So it kind of just left me homeless and I had to figure it out.
At 15, 16?
16, yep. So I had to let my daughter go stay with my godmom. And my godmom, she don't got kids. And so when I was trying to get my baby back, I remember buying my baby this Build-A-Bear. And it was like, I didn't want her to forget my voice because I was like, I need to hustle. I need to get some money up. And I remember like going to work, stacking my money up and going looking in the box and seeing how much I was working like 2 jobs at one time. Then I started working in the back of the strip club doing makeup, like, cause I just wanted my baby, you know what I'm saying? But I had so much going on and I was like, I can't be able to have her. And I knew my godmom was like, she did good by me. She did hair. She like was this sweet little person, you know what I'm saying, who helped me out in life always. So when I had to give Paris to my godmom for a couple months, I feel like that broke me. And then when God allowed me to get her back, it was around the time that I met my ex-husband. I feel like that was the when he really like brought me out of something. But if I can name one thing.
You always been smart. You said something, you was talking fast. And I don't want them to miss it. You said you didn't want your baby to miss your voice, so you went and bought a Build-A-Bear and put your voice inside of the Build-A. Whoa!
I was like, it was like, you my girl, right? Paris, Packer. I used to call her Packer, and it was like Packer. And so like I gave her the bear because I knew like I was about to really like go hard and turn up and hustle. Cause I was like, oh Jesus, I want my baby. Like I don't want her to stay down there, but I knew that right then and there where I was financially that I couldn't do both.
So you came here, I gotta say this, and I just gotta validate you. You fight me and Eric because we could go back and forth with you about a lot of stuff. Like today, I went back and forth with you about this makeup. I went back and forth with you about everything. But it's kind of like you always known what you know. Like, and for me to validate what I'm saying right now is like, you knew you were supposed to be a mother.
Yeah.
Like you knew you came here to mother.
Yeah. I did.
Cause that was genius.
And it's so crazy because Eric be like, them kids, you just so soft when it come to them kids. It's like, I knew like, cause if you think about it, why would God give me a baby at 15 and then another baby at a certain, like, it's like, why? So it's like, I knew they needed to be here. Like they're special. So even if the world say I'm not the best mom, but I was the best mom that I knew how to be to God's children. He wanted them two babies here. Like, they was destined to be here. Like, he wanted them. Sometimes we don't understand that we really be the ships to different purposes. Like, we got to take us out of the equation, because it don't be about us all the time. It be about what God wants. So he really sometimes will use your body to get what he want on this earth.
What does God want from you?
He want, like, my purpose.
What does he want?
I feel like God, from me, I feel like I'm a role model, and he want me to open my mouth. I've been on like a small consecration October for real, and just like a battle, right? But a good battle, because I've been.
How does that work with TV, with mainstream TV?
When like I have to lock down.
Yeah, how does all of that work?
It's like, for me, I feel like God do it when he know that stuff. Like, right now we not filming for Love and Hip Hop. And so I feel like he even give me that grace and that mercy. Like, okay, I'm gonna let you go through it while you not filming. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, how was that to my following, to my Money Monster community? Because they be like, oh my God, Sierra, we need you. Where you at? Da-da-da-da. And they don't know that me and God is in a whole war right now. You know what I'm saying? So they don't be knowing. So it's like,
everybody been saying like, you're not going live, you're not talking, you're not doing nothing like this. You just not doing.
I'm quiet.
But people don't know that you and God are in a war.
We in a little war.
How do you juggle God and being a celebrity?
I feel like that is one of the things that this 33rd year has taught me. Because at first, I was just like, okay, I know God is good. I know I'm blessed. I pay my tithes. I'm doing good. I'm living life. But then my 33rd year, I kept telling Eric while I was approaching, I was like, something is different about my 33rd year. It was scaring me so bad till I felt like some tragedy was going to happen. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. For my 33rd year, I'm like, what is about to happen? I kept telling him,
That's
like,
the year Jesus died.
I know. And I'm just like, okay, God, please, my babies need me. I don't feel like my mission is finished. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I
deal with the same thing at 33.
Yeah. I was like, oh God, not yet. And so I knew what it was.
I think that's because we spiritual too, but go ahead. You knew what it was?
He had to break me to build me back up. So it was like, he broke me of all of the things that I was familiar to and just with, and he just broke me. But he broke me differently. Like, he broke me how I thought things was gonna go. Cause for the last 6 years, I've been making my same, this, and all of my business been operating the same way. And then he was like, new.
And then you started over the glam shop. I mean,
I renovated the glam.
Really good too.
Thank you. I renovated the glam shop and stuff like that. So he was just like dealing with me differently my 33rd year. So the things that I thought I was gonna be doing and that was, sustaining me the last couple of years, he like, nah, I want new from you because I'm trying to take you higher. And it's gonna be uncomfortable. Are you ready? Do you trust me? So I'm like, I was at a bear. You seen the post on Instagram where God be having that bear behind big bear behind his back, but then we be so used to this one thing.
We don't want to let go. We don't want to let it go. What's in our hand, yeah,
we don't want to
get what's in his hand.
And I feel like that's what happened this year. So he was like, no, I'm going to pull you closer to me and I need you to surrender. I know you love me. I know you doing the surface stuff, paying your tithes, praying. But it's more to it. It's way more to spirituality. It's bigger than just that. You know what I'm saying? Your worship got to change. Your Holy Ghost got to change. Like, all of those things got to change. So he dealt with me. And yeah, he stopped a few things that I was familiar with to get my attention, because sometimes when you live in a certain type of life and you doing different things that you used to doing, you really don't get a wake up call until God put a stop to it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, once God do that for you and that happens, that transition happen, just be prepared, because really only thing God is doing is asking you, do you trust me?
Elaborate a little bit more where, you say you're a single mom, you came from struggle, because some people just feel like, oh, you just made it overnight, from love and hip hop. But I think, from what we know, it's definitely bigger, right? You was
yeah. So a lot of people, well, basically, who is Sierra? Right? Who is Sierra Glamshop, or who is Sierra is basically what you're asking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Sierra is a little girl from Atlanta that had big dreams and, that always loved beauty and glam. I actually my eyebrows used to be so thick, right? And I used to always ask my mom, can you please let me get my eyebrows done in like the 4th or 5th grade, because they used to connect. And it's funny because my son eyebrows connect. And she would never let me get them done. I remember one day going in the bathroom, getting some white gel, and I shaped my eyebrows to make them look like they were arched. And I went in there and showed her. She was like, I'm going to whoop your ass. You arched your eyebrows. And I was like, no, I didn't. I literally just shaped them. And so that's really where like my life started at, because I didn't even know my hands were anointed. Like I didn't know. I remember drawing pictures and my mama would not believe that I drew them. But God was already showing me right then and there who I was going to be, because I actually had my daughter when I was 15 years old. I want to get this clear. I lived a great life. Mm-hmm. My mom was a great mom. She was a hustler. She did what she had to do to take care of me. And it's crazy because my grandparents, they actually came from money. But my mama was grown. She had me young at 16. And my grandparents was like, go out there and do what you need to do.
So your mama had the same story you had?
Sort of, kind of. So that's why she was so mad when I had a baby at 15. So
because if I can be honest with you, it kind of pissed me off a little bit that you 16 years old and she put you outside.
Yeah.
But now that you saying this, it makes sense of.
But I always tell people she put me out into the jungle, but I came back a lion, right? Mm-hmm. So we moved into the projects, into like these apartments called East Hampton, into the projects, and from there, and then a lot of people like, well, where you from? You from the east side? You from the west side? I'm really from both, like, honestly, because we stayed in East Hampton. East Hampton wasn't really the east side, but it was like right in the middle. Mm-hmm. But they was like hood. Like anybody that know about East Hampton, I feel like East Hampton was the most project where I stayed. Like that is what made
the hoodest of the
it
hood.
was like the meat of who I am. Yeah, East Hampton. I'm talking about brick walls, candy lady, tie swings, shootouts, all type of craziness. People, as they hear this interview, they'll know like East Hampton is still like, we call it the Hamp. Mm-hmm. So there really wasn't on the east side. We was right in the middle, like, cause it like the Moreland area, Gresham Road. So I stayed over there until I was like 5 years old, from me being born till I was like 5 years old. From there, we went to Campbellton Road. So Campbellton Road is on the west side of Atlanta. We moved into some apartments, projects called Landrum Arms. They wasn't really projects back then. They was nice, but they weren't the best. But that's like the west side. So from there, I'm just giving y'all so people can know who I am and the meat of where I came from. So from there, Landrum, I stayed there till I was like in the 6th grade, and then we moved to John Hope. John Hope is like by Oakland City. So I went to Kennedy Middle School, the Bluff, that area. So I from Campbellton Road to the Bluff to John Hope, like all those areas, Kennedy Middle School. I went there for like a year and a half. It was so bad, and I remember somebody getting killed by Vine City train station, and my mama got scared and she snatched me out and she took me over to Decatur.
Okay, so what is consistent? Once you said you want them to be consistent, what is consistency within that? How can a young mother be consistent with being put out, not having really nowhere to go, not having nowhere for your baby to go?
So, like I said, being consistent, because like even with me, because I know my story kind of long, so we're gonna shorten it up. But even when I was like doing my eyebrows and my mama told me not to, and I went in there and molded it, right? I didn't stop there. She was like, oh my God, you did your eyebrows. I really didn't. But like I said, God was anointing my hands for then, right? So after I had my daughter at 15, I needed a job. I had to drop out of high school. So I went to the makeup stand and told them I knew how to do eyebrows. I didn't know how to do eyebrows for real, but I was so consistent with doing my own and molding them because my mama would never let me arch them. And I was drawing all the time, and God was like gearing my hands up to go into the world and be this person that when I actually went to the makeup stand, and how divine God is, the girl that went to my high school, because I needed a job, right? Before you need a job, you got to do an interview. So the makeup lady was like, you know how to do eyebrows? I'm like, yeah. But as a mom, when you need a job, you know how to do anything. You're going to lie and say you know how to do it. So I told the lady I knew how to do makeup. And one of my friends from high school was walking down the hallway of the mall and was like, Sierra, why you ain't in school? I'm like, in my head, girl, because I dropped out because I need some money and I don't, And she was like, well, I'm going to birthday bash. You work here? And the lady looked at me at the makeup stand. She was like, yeah, because I want to see how you do. So I ended up doing her makeup with some Q-tips and some other stuff with me just thinking I was doing it the right way. But the whole time God had me practicing for this very moment. And I ended up getting a job and it changed my life. So here I am, 16 years old with a baby, homeless, trying to figure it out. And I'm doing makeup at a stand. And it was my first time ever doing makeup with some Q-tips. But because God was already conditioning my hands back then. So then when the big test came, that's why I was like, them children is purposeful. They supposed to been here because like I had my baby and then God just.
So your purpose helped you find more purpose.
Yeah, it did. So I started doing makeup and then I met a girl from the strip club. Her name is Brooklyn. She's still one of my friends to this day. She was in the she came to my makeup stand and she was like, oh my God, can you do my brows? Started doing her brows. She was loving it. She would come to the makeup stand every week. At this time I was working at the makeup stand, at the popcorn stand, at the clothing store. Because remember, I was stacking my money up trying to get my baby back. So she was like, oh my God, I can get you do so good. Why don't you come do makeup in the back of the strip club? Here I am, 17 years old at the time. I'm like, girl, I'm not even 18. I'm not even gonna be able to go get a job back there. So I just stepped out on faith because I was doing so good with makeup, blowing my mind, making so much money. Everybody was like, oh, Sierra, like she getting to the money. I had done saved up, bought me a little car, all that. And I was saving up to get for a house so I could get my baby back.
Yeah.
So I went to the back of the strip club, interview with a man. Of course, I was like 142 pounds back then. I always been thick at the bottom, small at the top. So he was trying to get me to dance. I'm like, that's not what I came to do. Now, but my mama was always a hustler. I never seen her bring a lot of men around. I never seen her I always seen her being tough and strong. So easily I could have said I want to dance and be a stripper. I seen all them girls in there making so much money. I was like, damn, so they in here just making money like that. And back then, this is when strip clubs was popping. They was making money when I was 17. You get what I'm saying? So that was years ago.
Oh, that was big money too.
He literally was trying to get me to. No, strip clubs was really making money back then.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. That was big money.
They were making money. Yeah. So
today they still making money.
Yeah, isn't. And so it don't slow it down a lot. So back then, the man was like, you don't want to dance? Like, he was literally trying to get me to dance. I'm like, no, I stood firm. I'm like, no, I don't want to dance. I want to do makeup. He was like, well, you ain't old enough to work in here to do makeup. And I came back and I was like, but I'm old enough to show my pussy and my ass and my titties. So I'm 17. If they bust this shit, you gonna get in trouble. And he was like, he looked at me. I was like, the girls need me. The club, everybody was in their gun rooms. They look crazy. So I went, he was like, all right, gone. He let me do the makeup. And I swear that's like when my life just started unraveling and opening up. I was back there and the stuff that I was experiencing, I was like, wow. I feel like even that part of my testimony and what I went through in my life made me want to be who I am today because I was like seeing so much. It was like, the women were just so broken. You had some girls in there stripping to pay for college. You had some girls in there stripping because, that was their last resort to take care of their kids. You had some girls in there stripping because just so many different reasons, drugs, sex, money. It was just so crazy. I seen so much and it just made me just want to be better and to be better to go back to help them though. Like I always had after experiencing that, a special respect in my heart for strippers. So like when I first started getting a whole bunch of money, like my first million, every time I would go travel with my microblading tour, the world know they done seen Sierra in the strip club because I went in there and spent so much money with them. It was like a thing. I used to be like, take me to the strip club, and I just would go give a whole bunch of money because it was a thing I knew. Like I had a special connection with strippers because I was in the era.
That is wild.
Yeah.
And that's where you start.
That's where I got my start at. And from there, that's when I met my husband, my ex-husband. And he was like, he didn't want me working in the strip club no more. And we battled because I was like, this is where I'm getting my money from. And it's so crazy because I started getting deeper with God. And I really ain't want to come out because I was making so much money. And so I went into this shop doing makeup and I was making like $500 a night doing makeup back then, right? So it was enough. I had me a car, I had my daughter back, and I thought I was living good. And then I was like, and I remember when I first met my first pastor, she was like, trust God, pay your tithes, just trust God. So I went to a shop and I swear I was making like $100 a week And I was like, I want to go back to the strip club.
Yeah,
like Stevie J and Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Baby, I wanted to go back. And I just stayed down. My pastor, at the previous time, my old pastor, she was like, pray, pay your tithes, and God gonna move. And that was the first scenario that showed me how to trust God for real. It's like God my life is just really a book. I really need a book.
Yeah, you gotta write it. Yeah.
And then I trusted God. It was like 3 months. I was making like $150. And then next thing I know, my clientele just went through the roof. I was doing celebrities. I was making like $2,500, $3,000 a week. My life just went crazy. And I was like, strip club, who? I miss y'all. I love y'all.
But
y'all
I'm never
could
going
see.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so then from there, you opened up your shop.
Got my first shop in the West End. Oh, my ex-husband actually, when he was like, I told you, just stay down. Because remember, he real like street. He like, I'm talking about, it ain't no offer on with him. I mean, he's still like a smart guy. He's doing good in life, but he got it in him bad. And so like at the time, he used to do like gambling houses and stuff like that. And he took his gambling house in Oakland City in the hood, and he turned his gambling house into my first shop, like my very, very first shop. And he like ripped it all out and made it my shop. And
so he really was a platform.
He really was like a stepping stone. Yeah. I always give him his props like all the time because he played a major part in my life. You know what I'm saying?
So that transitioned you to loving hip hop, and then it kind of amplified what you were already doing.
Yep. I became the hottest girl on the West Side doing makeup. Like I had lines, 9-hour waits. My assistant used to be the one who been with me 14 years, Trina. She was actually one of my clients, and she had a corporate job, and she would come early, clean the shop and get all of my supplies just so she could be the first person on the list so she can go to work. So I used to come to work. I used to be done working like 3 o'clock in the morning and be back at the shop by 7 in the morning. And she would come in and bleach the shop down and start my list just so she could be the first person. And I remember telling her, she used to work for corporate making good money. I used to be like, when I'm able to pay you, I'm going to hire you. She used to be like, girl, you can't afford me. And one day I was like, walk off your job. You coming with me. And we've been together 14 years. Yep. And we moved to, I bought my very first shop on Peter Street. I remember Peter Street was so popping in Atlanta. And this when I started doing like different celebrities and stuff, makeup. And I was like, dang, they ain't gonna want to come to the hood and get their makeup done because I was in the hood in the West End. And I moved from Oakland City, the one that my ex-husband got me the shop, and moved to the West End because I was robbed at gunpoint with my son in my hand. And yeah, just a lot. Just a lot.
Sierra.
So
I
moved. But that particular night is so crazy because the guy had a gun in his hand, but like this white flash, like an angel came in front of him, and he dropped. He jumped and almost dropped his gun. He had a gun up to me, like in me and my son's face. And it was like a big flash that came out, and he got scared to the point he like almost ran away from me. So then that happened. So then that's when I moved to the West End. But the West End was still hood because it was only like 3 minutes away from Oakland City. So then I was like, man, the Peter Street is hot. It's popping. Now I'm starting to do celebrities. They ain't gonna want to come to the hood. It was like hood. And so I went to Peter Street and ended up getting favored with a building. And I've been owning that building now since 2012. So that's where the glam shop. And I'm glad I did this podcast. It's gonna really show the history behind the glam shop
and
too.
who you are. So how do we connect to? It's so many young girls that wants to be a part of your mentorship programs, the Money Monsters. Like, what is that? What is the Money Monsters? How do they connect? How do we plug into that?
So you just go onto my website, moneymonsters.com, moneymonsteruniversity.com. And so what Money Monsters is just me showing you the stuff that people say they showing you, but I'm actually showing you. Like, I'm really showing you how to make 30K in 30 days. I'm really showing you like the real raw and then cut to the business. It's not like, just posting up on Instagram with cute pictures. It's like actually making sure if you don't got the money, making sure you utilize your iPhone and making sure the aesthetics of the picture look good. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't have the money to just do these certain things for videographers and for photographers. I'm actually showing you the different things that you can do. I'm actually showing you, I have 2 factories in China. I'm actually showing you how to cut the middleman out and go straight to the source. Like I'm really showing and sharing real resources with these people. The stuff that everybody else not really doing. You just paying and somebody just sitting up talking about, oh, go get it, you can get it. I'm really showing. And my team be like, you giving out too much information. No, I'm doing what God want me to do. And so many girls, it's so crazy because so many girls have started successful businesses and I don't even get testimonies because I be feeling like I don't need all that because that's for show. But my husband been dealing with me about that because he like, you need to start.
And I have too, because I want you to start a mentorship program from that where you're actually coming on and using your role model ability, your purpose to come on and give these young girls a platform, kind of like what Tay was saying. Give them a platform, giving them an understanding, and then you invest, because that's where your seed sowing, that's where your tithe should go. Yeah. You know, like, because you can see those. We talk about that. So, you know, prayerfully soon, y'all, she'll have something where y'all can definitely plug in a monthly thing, you know, where they can come and sit with you.
For sure. That's what I want to do. Yeah. And I can actually be on, like, that's like my real goal that I want to do. Like, it's time for me to just take it up a notch, step it up a notch. And I'm just showing and being there with them. Like,
that's that billionaire status. And not just financially, but spiritually, mentally, holistically. Okay, so fun. We play a game, right? Okay. And so the game that we play, I give you like 3 words. And with these 3 words, you tell me what it means to you. Okay. What does life mean to you?
Life means to me finding your purpose, living, you know, truthful to who you are, and just being a good person, like a good heart, like just making sure that you treat people genuinely how you want to be treated, and making sure that you are doing what you like, your purpose, what you call God, what God called you to be and to do in His life. Because all of the rest, I feel like if you do those things, then the rest of the stuff, the material, the money, and all that stuff, it'll just follow you.
And you believe it?
No, I believe that for real. I do. I really believe it.
What is purpose?
I feel like purpose is finding what God wants you to do on this earth and actually just doing it, no matter if money is attached to it. Because sometimes your purpose don't make you money.
How do you know that?
Because you taught me.
Ooh, wait. Because I think purpose is a life well lived. You know, I know we're supposed to be playing this, but I have to say this because it's on me. Like, you did not have to do this for me. And like, there is a lot of people that I know and unknown that you have helped and you put on, and they never came back and said thank you.
Never.
And
wow. Don't do that tonight.
It's the one. It's the one that.
But it's so crazy because I don't look for that.
But he said, as they went, they were healed. But if I must explain what healing means, I don't know if you ever been sick or if you had to go to the doctor or you got a tooth pulled. And the doctor tell you to take it all till completed. They want you to take it all because they don't want you to just stop it healing. They want you to be made whole. But in scripture it says, and normally I don't do the scripture thing because everybody that follow me don't believe in God. You know, I got some friends that are witches. I got friends that deal with different things. My belief system is a little different. But in scripture it says, as they went, they were healed. But it said the one that came back to say thank you was made whole. Do you know what wholeness means? Wholeness means I'll never get sick again because you started me all the way over. So I think you've helped a lot of people that never came back to say thank you. This is the one that came back to say thank you. I appreciate this. Wow. Because it was people that I called and I told Eric too earlier. I've been crying out morning, but I told Eric earlier, thank you for allowing this, because it's just like, I know I'm supposed to be playing a game with you, but I can't keep this show like that. And you said that, but it's just like, I appreciate that because I know this, what you spoke when we came in, this is the show that's gonna make it do that.
Yep.
And so, I'm gonna just stop the game,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everybody you helped that didn't come back to say that. It's bigger than the TV show. I don't think people saw you before you got.
Wow, that's deep. Wow. That is so deep you saying that, because like I literally be thinking that sometimes, like, dang, even when I be trying to get people, and a lot of even just like my microblading students or just other people, it just be like, dang, I just want you to just tell people what happened so that you can motivate and help somebody else. You get what I'm saying? The testimonies. I just be needing the testimonies, and it's like I'm so humble, and anybody that has passed on my journey or gave me a chance, I'm forever telling them thank you. Like, even if I could see them a million times, every time I see them, I'd be like, girl, just thank you. Or giving them their props. And it's just like, that never happens for me, and I don't look for it. But I just be thinking it's weird. Like, why, God? You know what I'm saying? Because I really just be wanting people to tell their testimonies so that people can know and come back and be like, oh, if she did it, I can do it. Because it's the thing to life is telling your testimony so that you can help somebody, right?
Yeah, we're free by the word of our testimony.
Yeah, so I just be like, dang, so I appreciate that. And I love you so much. And I feel like this was so divine. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be friends for life. We just text the other day. I was like, so you telling me when I get 70, you going to be 70 whatever?
You did say that. and the fact, it's so much bigger than this podcast to me. Like, I told one of my close friends, I was just like, why does she do this to me? Like, literally, you check on me. Like, we are friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been looking for a friend for a real long time. So, like, that's my friend. Because you right, I can see.
Yeah.
So I know the intentions of man. I know their hearts. I know. And it's just like, I thank you. So this has been I'm so emotional. Like, I try not to, because I don't share my tears with people.
Me neither. I be trying not to. I think mine just be flowing.
So y'all watched another episode. This is also another. This episode is a saving episode. This episode is
life changing.
Yeah, it's definitely
for both of us.
Yeah, like
for real.
Like, I don't even know. I know that that people are watching, but I'm watching. I was telling Erica, like, I'm sitting watching. I don't know what questions I asked, but I'm sitting watching this right now.
And then I heard God been telling me, remember I said, like, for the last month, he like, open your mouth. Like, you need to talk. And remember, I ain't been on lives. Like, this interview is so powerful and filled with the Holy Ghost, because this is my first time that I've opened my mouth in literally over a month. And I'm a money monster. I be on live every day. So he was like, open your mouth. So it's like, this is the first time where I ever did a podcast, and people really gonna know a lot about me, because I don't share these details with people for real. So this is divine, and something big is gonna happen behind this for both of us, because we both touched and agreed together. So you get ready and I get ready. For real.
Thank you for being my friend.
Welcome. Thank you for being my friend too. We needed each other. I told Tay that earlier. I was like, Brennen don't even know who I am, because I ain't even let you see that side to me yet. Because I just been soaking up and listening, and he just tell me everything. And I was like, God, he was like, not yet. Not yet, not yet, not yet. And I'm like, okay.
But God told me you was coming.
Yeah.
Not you per se, but you was coming. And you did. You say, yeah, this has been another episode. I don't know what else to even. Y'all good? It's good.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yo, what's up?